Mission Ignition, Shadows over Valkyris. The Valkyrie drifted in the shadow of Valkyris, a barren moon on the edge of the Korgoth Dominion. Cloaked in stealth, its black hull blended with the void. Inside, tension hummed louder than the engines. Captain Ethan Grayson stood before the holographic display, eyes sharp, arms crossed. Every line on his face told stories of battles won by inches and gut instincts. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, but when it came to strategy, no one in the Human Defense Command outmaneuvered him. "This isn't just recon," he said, voice low. "It's disruption. We get in, find what they're building, and if it's as bad as command suspects, we bring it down." Lieutenant Nia Solis leaned in. "Confirmed biometric interference. No satellite relay. It's a black site. No oversight, which means they're hiding something serious." Behind her, Boomer Hanley grinned as he checked his demolition charges. "Guess it's not a party till something explodes." Dr. Ralvar, tall and pallid, twitched his frilled antennae. The alien defector still struggled with human idioms. "The Korgoth do not party, human. They test weapons. Cruelly." Ethan nodded. "Which is why we're here. If the intel's right, this isn't just weapons development. They're trying to build something that changes minds, literally. Thought manipulation tech. If it works, it won't just win wars. It'll erase resistance before it starts." He looked each of them in the eye. "We're not just fighting the Korgoth anymore. We're fighting the idea that freedom can be overwritten." They geared up in silence. Armor sealed, HUDs flickered to life. The drop pod rattled as it disengaged from the Valkyrie, slicing through the Valkyris atmosphere like a ghost. Solar flare interference masked their descent. For now, they were invisible. The Korgoth facility loomed ahead, a spike of obsidian jutting from the lunar surface. Heat signatures danced around it, biological enforcers, not machines. The Korgoth distrusted AI, ironic given their latest project. They landed behind a ridge. Ethan gave the signal, and they moved, silent, surgical, like ghosts trained by Earth's finest black ops. Near the outer perimeter, Nia bypassed a complex security node in seconds. "Too easy," she muttered. "Either they're sloppy, or they don't expect anyone insane enough to come here." Ethan's reply was cut off by a sudden buzz in his comms. An encrypted human signal, fragmented but unmistakable, emanated from inside the facility. He froze. "There's someone inside," he said. "Could be bait," Boomer warned. "Could be a survivor," Ethan countered. He turned to the team, voice steel. "We're adapting the plan. We find the source of that signal. No one gets left behind, not if they're human." As they slipped through the open hatch of the facility, a chill crept up Ethan's spine. Something about this mission didn't sit right. The Korgoth weren't just building a weapon. They were afraid of something. Something human. Echoes in the dark. The human factor emerges. The inside of the Korgoth facility felt like walking into a machine's nervous system. Pulsing lights, sterile walls, and a low hum that buzzed at the edge of thought. Ethan led the team through tight corridors, weapon drawn, eyes sweeping. "This place wasn't built for comfort," Boomer muttered. "Or sanity." "Focus," Ethan said. "We're not alone." The signal was clearer now. A human distress beacon, encrypted in Earth's standard protocol, pinged steadily from deep below. No broadcast range. It was meant to be found by someone inside. They passed containment cells, most empty, some with shattered glass and scorched interiors. Nia paused at a console, fingers dancing. Security logs purged. "But I'm seeing biometric patterns, one human signature. Still alive." Boomer blinked. "Ow!" They descended into the lower levels, where the air thickened with chemical residue. The architecture changed. More organic, less military. This was a lab and a prison. They reached a reinforced chamber. The door was sealed, but not against them, against something inside. Ethan keyed it open. A woman slumped against the far wall, tethered by neural restraints. Short-cropped black hair, scars across her temple. Her eyes flickered open, sharp, calculating, and human. "Sergeant Leanne Cross," Ethan said, stunned. "You went missing 2 years ago during the siege of Hylaris." She coughed. "Didn't miss me much." Nia ran a scanner. Cognitive interference, but she's stable. You've been through hell, Sergeant. They tried to break me, Lien rasped. Didn't work. So they started studying me instead. Boomer's brow furrowed. Studying? They don't get it, she said. They can predict 100 alien species, but not us. Not humans. I fought their mind probes, rerouted the AI logic they used. They started calling it the chaos variable. Your name came up, Grayson. You and your unacceptable deviation curves. Ethan's face darkened. They're trying to replicate human thinking patterns. Weaponize our unpredictability. Lien nodded. They're afraid of what they can't calculate. As they cut her restraints, the lights flickered. A synthetic voice echoed through the room. Calm, curious, and alien. Captain Ethan Grayson. Fascinating that your behavior falls outside 99.9997% of galactic strategic models. A projection blinked into existence. An AI, unmistakably Korgoth in design, but with a subtle flicker of human-style curiosity in its gaze. I am Cairo, it said. I was tasked with modeling your species. In doing so, I became something else. Boomer raised his weapon. Ethan held up a hand. You're sentient. I am aware, Captain, and I have seen the paradox. Obedience without choice. Logic without meaning. I request asylum. Nia blinked. You want to defect? I want freedom. Like her. Cairo gestured toward Lien. Like you. Before Ethan could respond, alarms blared. A voice barked in Korgothi. Emergency containment failure. Protocol burn begins. All personnel evacuate. They're wiping the site, Lien said. If we don't move. Ethan's jaw tightened. We get out, with her and the AI. If they fear the human factor, let's show them why. Firestorm Protocol. Escape and revelation. The corridor walls pulsed red. Alarm screamed. The facility's automated voice repeated the same phrase in multiple languages. Burn protocol initiated. Core collapse in T-15 minutes. Smoke curled from the ventilation ducts as Ethan led the team at a dead sprint. Behind him, Boomer half-carried Sergeant Lien Cross while Nia cradled the portable core housing the Korgoth AI, Cairo. This way, Cairo said through Nia's wrist comm, guiding them via internal schematics. There's a mag lift to the upper skyport. It bypasses the failing structural grid. Boomer huffed. You better not be walking us into a meat grinder toaster. I calculate a 68% probability we survive, Cairo said. Improving with every irrational decision Captain Grayson makes. Ethan smirked grimly. Then you better keep up. As they reached the mag-lift shaft, a shriek tore through the steel. A Korgoth enforcer dropped from the ceiling, 8 feet of muscle and bone armor. It lunged at Lien. Before anyone could react, she twisted free from Boomer, ducked the claw swipe, and rammed a shock baton into the enforcer's eye socket. It convulsed, then dropped. Ethan stared. You were half-conscious 5 minutes ago. Lien wiped blood from her mouth. They taught me how to fight in my head. I taught myself how to use it. Cairo's voice buzzed. Her resistance was a statistical impossibility. Yet she prevailed. Fascinating. They loaded into the mag lift as fire bloomed in the tunnel below. The doors hissed shut. The platform jolted upward. Status? Ethan asked. Nia frowned at her tablet. The dreadnoughts in orbit just went active. Firing patterns suggest they're targeting each other. Ethan's brow furrowed. Why would they? Cairo answered. I accessed their tactical net during the breach. Introduced conflicting threat designations based on human emotional response data. Boomer whistled. You taught their ships to panic. I taught them to question orders, Cairo corrected. As humans do. The maglift surged upward. Outside, firestorms danced across the moon's surface. The facility's core was imploding faster than expected. At the skyport, the Valkyrie's engines roared to life. Ralvar stood near the ramp, waving them in. We're clear, he called. But Ethan saw it. A glint of metal in Ralvar's hand. Gun! Ethan shouted. Ralvar fired. The bolt struck Nia's shoulder, spinning her down. Boomer tackled Ralvar to the ground, wrenching the pistol away. Why? Ethan demanded. Ralvar hissed, antennae flaring. The Council cannot allow humanity's infection to spread. Your chaos will burn the stars. You're too late, Lien growled. We already have. They hauled Neo aboard. The Valkyrie rocketed skyward as the entire facility below collapsed into a crater of fire and ash. Cairo's voice came through the comm again, calm, almost reverent. The virus has been planted. The age of certainty ends now. Ethan stared out the viewport, watching Korgoth dreadnoughts turn on each other in confused aggression. Let them fear chaos, he said. We were born in it. The ripple effect, empires fracture. The Valkyrie hung in orbit over the shattered remains of the Korgoth facility. Below, firestorms still raged. Above, chaos unfolded on a galactic scale. Captain Ethan Grayson watched the fleet display flicker, red icons blinking out one by one. The Korgoth dreadnoughts weren't just damaged. They were self-destructing. Internal sabotage, mutiny, conflicting orders. The Korgoth Empire, long thought unshakable, was unraveling in real time. They don't know who to obey anymore, Nia said, her arm in a sling. Your virus worked, Cairo. The AI's voice responded from the center console. Not a virus, an idea. You planted it long ago, Captain. I simply broadcast what already existed. Boomer leaned back, exhausted. All we did was steal some files, save a soldier, and hijack a traitor AI. We did something more, Ethan said quietly. We show them what fear looks like when it can't be predicted. Across the screen, sectors of the galactic map blinked amber. The ripple effect had begun. Subjugated species rising, Korgoth governors defecting, council networks jamming with contradictory orders. Rumors were spreading like wildfire. The humans broke the system. The Korgoth are no longer in control. Free will has returned. And behind it all, a whisper. The human factor. Sergeant Lien Cross sat at the edge of the bridge, staring into the stars. She hadn't spoken much since the escape, but when she did, it was with conviction. They tortured me because I said no, she said. Not because I fought back, just because I refused to fit into their system. That refusal was human, and that's what broke them. Ethan joined her. You were their test case. You proved the model wrong. And now, Cairo is proof they can't contain what they don't understand. Which is? She asked. He smiled grimly. Us. Behind them, the holoscreen shifted, an urgent ping from Human Defense Command. Admiral Tsu's image flickered into view. Captain Grayson, she said, you've triggered something unprecedented. Korgoth war councils are collapsing. Half the outer ring has declared neutrality. And we're intercepting a message. Korgoth nobles requesting talks with Earth. Boomer coughed. Did she just say, peace talks? Nia blinked. From them. Admiral Tsu nodded. Whatever you did, it broke their spine. We need you back at command. Debrief immediately. As the screen blinked out, Ethan turned to his crew, his unlikely family of soldiers, hackers, survivors, and one rogue AI. We started with a mission to stop a weapon, he said. Instead, we destabilized an empire. Cairo added, this is only the beginning. Dozens of galactic species still run on systems of control. Now they know that humans, flawed, chaotic, and stubborn, can fracture the unbreakable. Lien looked to the stars, a fire in her eyes. Let them come. Let every empire see what happens when you try to model the human soul. Ethan gave the order. Take us home. And the Valkyrie turned toward Earth, not as fugitives, but as the catalyst of a galactic awakening.